Welcome back, everyone. Michael here with Offshore Citizen. We are here in Dubai, and we're going to talk about a recent change that might or might not make Dubai more attractive to you. So we're going to dive into that. It is a fairly unexpected change they announced earlier this year, and it's pretty exciting, sort of, for the right people, I guess. We're going to cover it in detail, and that is the subject of Dubai, or UAE rather, offering citizenship to foreigners, which more or less they've never done. We're going to cover it all for you in just a second. Before that, though, if you have not already, smash the subscribe button, click the notification bell, get notified of our upcoming videos. Really helps us out. Really appreciate if you would do that for us. And also, if you like the video, please click the like. If you don't like it, please tell us in the comments. That would be fantastic. If you're interested in, second citizenships, alternate passports, better visa-free travel, residency permits, where to live, how to pay low taxes, how to, maybe even while you're still in your own country, structure yourself internationally to pay the lowest legal amount of tax, company formation, bank accounts, etc. Please reach out to us. You can book a call with me, clarity.fm/Michael Rosmer. There's a link below, or check out our websites, offshorecitizen.net, offshorecapitalist.com. Let's go into it. All right, so for a very long time, UAE did not offer citizenship to foreigners, or at least more or less not. Let's see, what was the thing they had here? So it used to be that you could apply if you were born in the Emirates with Emirati parents or an Emirati father, or if you were a woman and you married an Emirati man, you could do it. So I was out. I couldn't marry an Emirati woman and do it. They weren't going to have it for us. And I mean, the UAE citizenship was not that great of a travel document until fairly recently. If you look at some of the global passport indexes, it has suddenly, over the last few years, become amazing. And this is one of the things to love about UAE, okay, is UAE, they're run by very smart people who have tremendous vision of where they want to take the country, and they seem to really know how to get there. So I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago, they decided they wanted their passport to be like a top 5 passport in the world. And I mean, in 1 year, I think they added like 19 countries that you could get visa-free access to. So really aggressively worked on improving that passport. And so I think one of the downsides of UAE was that everybody who was here typically knew that it was kind of a temporary thing. So it created this kind of transientness to it, because if you lost your job, etc., you were going to leave. You could not ever be a permanent resident. You could not ever be a citizen. Now, maybe like around a year ago or so, they finally announced that they were going to allow people to be kind of permanent residents in certain circumstances, and they opened up this like 10-year visa as opposed to the normal 2 or 3 year. And more or less, you could, if you had sufficient assets in the country, sufficient investment, etc., you could pretty much perpetually get residency. And there's a variety of conveniences around how they did that, but it really gave more permanence to people for being in UAE. What has changed now is they've gone a step further, and that now potentially it's not so easy to do, and I'm going to get into it in a second. You could actually get that UAE citizenship. Now, for some people, this may not be so attractive, right? You're from a country where you've already got a pretty good passport, etc. Is that important to you? But then there's people from a bunch of other countries who come to UAE who this would be a fantastic step up in the world and very, very attractive to them. So I'm going to go over quickly here the list of requirements and just kind of inform you to see whether it's something that you would it would maybe fit for you. So number 1, you need to renounce your existing citizenship. So you cannot have dual citizenship. This is probably like the biggest drawback, but not really entirely surprising of them. Okay. You have to have had lawful and continuous residence in the country. Okay, fair enough. This one's a little bit tougher. You have to be proficient in the Arabic language. So we'll see how long that lasts, because realistically, Dubai is, an entirely English city. And, even if you go to Abu Dhabi, etc., it's predominantly people speak English. So, that's, anyway, we'll see. Number 4, you have to have a legitimate means of subsistence. Okay, so you have to be able to support yourself. Makes sense. They don't want to support you. Number 5 is an interesting one, is you have to have an academic qualification. So people who don't have that, may be out. So that's, a more rare characteristic. And again, I think we'll see over time as the world is evolving whether they hold on to that. I think some of these they'll probably let go as they go. But anyway, be of good conduct, of course. I mean, they're very big on kind of proper, respectful behavior in UAE. Has not been convicted of a felony or misdemeanor that violates honor or trust unless he or she is rehabilitated. Okay, obtain security approval, no big deal, and swear an oath of allegiance to the UAE. So makes perfect sense. So yeah, that's the deal. You could potentially become a UAE citizen. It's like I said, an alarmingly great citizenship that they have really worked super hard on improving. And if you just kind of look at the trajectory, I mean, the pace of improvement in UAE is really, really phenomenal. I can only imagine what it will be like in 10 years from now or something like that. So anyway, I hope that's helpful, gives you a little bit of information. Like I said, it was an unexpected thing for sure that they would announce this. And I mean, obviously based on the criteria, it's not going to be open to everyone by any stretch. And probably they'll be fairly discerning with it, but it is a pretty big shift and something that for a lot of people could open up something pretty interesting. So I hope you like that. Like I said, if that one's not for you, but you're interested in second citizenship, second passport, etc., more access to the world, reach out to us. Also, residencies, international tax planning, etc., please reach out to us. Link below. You can book a call with me, clarity.fm/Michael Rosmer, or check out our websites, offshorecitizen.net, offshorecapitalist.com. If you have not already, please, we would really appreciate it if you click the subscribe button. Let us know how we're doing in the comments below. If you have any videos you'd like to see, any comments, any questions, etc., put them there. And I'm going to see you guys on the next video.